fuck's that? I've just come from the cinema, right, and I've seen the most terrifying movie I've ever seen in my life. I've had to come here because I'm too scared to walk home. I mean, we're sitting in the pub down the road. I'm not leaving alone. I'm gonna need at least an escort of 5 people. The director, a genius, right? I've never seen such atmosphere in a movie ever. I mean, Spielberg, who? Legendary movie. The Grove, there's too much to process, right? I've never seen a more literal masterpiece. I'm too scared to go see it, but I don't want to miss out. It's playing on my mind, to be fair. I don't know really. I'm not going home. I'm staying in it. I have no words. It's speechless. There we go. Literally speechless. You can't die without seeing this movie, right? 101. That's the 101st movie that you don't want to watch. Actually, put it at the top. It's at the top, right? You watch this movie instantly. If you haven't seen it, you go out and watch it now. It's in cinemas, go watch it. If you're watching this later, go buy a DVD in 2022. Yeah. And just make sure you have 2 weeks off of work, because you are not recovering. And make sure you have whatever makes you comfortable, bring 10 of it. Buy it. I don't care how much you will not recover from this movie. Make sure you're friends, family, whoever makes you feel comfortable. It's brilliant. It's going to be a long time for me to get over this. It's mental.
So, yeah, to be serious about the film for a few minutes, yeah, this sequence here, I submitted the film to a local film festival and then a few festivals in London as well, and one of the things they pointed out was this sequence you're about to see, they weren't very clear on whether or not it was meant to be a dream or whether or not it was happening in real time. And so as you can see, it was basically me filming it and directing it. So it's me with the camera walking towards Robbie Taylor, the actor, that lead character. He's wearing the mask and we approach him, as you can see, and then in a second we have the same shot again, this time with him standing up looking towards the camera. And obviously when you see it for the first time without any context, you think obviously this is happening in real time, and then you cut to this shot here and this is me again walking towards Robbie's house. He didn't want the number plate shown too much, but then again I told him, you can't see the street name, so it's not like anyone can pinpoint where you live based on this shot alone. And there you see him in the bedroom, and obviously it looks like he's asleep, he's been asleep. And so because of this sequence you then start to question what you've just seen, whether or not it was in fact a dream. As I said, the first time you see it you don't know, but with this you kind of think, oh, it was a dream. And so yeah, that's something that festivals weren't very clear on in the beginning. And I did write back to them and just explain, what do you think I could have done better to make this a bit clearer for the audience. I think the thing for me is I was really determined to tell the story in as visual a way as possible and not rely on exposition or anything like that. I think the first film I ever made back in 2014, it was a feature film, 1 hour 12 minutes, and the script was even longer than that. It was about 90 pages, and it was literally just people sat down in rooms talking for the duration, and it just didn't translate very well to film. And ever since then I've made sure that everything I've made has been visually consistent. There's been very little dialogue. There's a small dialogue section coming up with an actor called Michael Mullally. He's done some voiceover for me, but he's not in the film. He's literally just doing the voiceover. And so yeah, that was kind of my natural instinct when putting this together and writing the script, because this film was scripted. The other two that are coming up, not so much, but this one was definitely scripted, and it was a conscious decision not to include too much dialogue. Yeah, that's a great reaction from Robbie. I think he's just such a natural actor. I think he definitely captures the fear. Definitely captures the fear factor. But that guy that you just saw in the mask is also him. And then you can hear the phone ringing. This is Michael.
Message. I don't know what the hell you're thinking or what you're doing.
This is Michael talking.
Look, just call me back as soon as you get this.
I didn't know how to show this on film, but I wanted to imply that there was a duration of time passing. And so
James,
you just had a phone
you
call.
need to hear this. I thought at least try and get you back in one piece.
This is another phone call.
Look, apparently 5 people have gone missing.
Trying to imply that it takes place several
Like you asked me to do.
moments later, or any duration of time later that's more than it happening in real time. So it's not one phone call followed by another phone call. It's a phone call,
Just come back.
an unspecific length of time, and then another phone call. So it's meant to imply a passage of time, and then we finally cut back to some more time later when Robbie is now heading into oblivion. Basically, this is the last. This basically introduces the third act of the film. This is the final part of the film, and yeah, this was interesting. You can faintly hear the music, but you can't hear background noise, natural diegetic sounds from the scene and from the set. You can't hear any. No, you can hear it here. That's literally just a technical issue. There were some sounds that just didn't work with the mood I was trying to create and with the music, so I actually just drowned out all the sounds of music. Well, specifically, I just got rid of the audio track on that clip and just replaced it with music. And just then, some people would think that shouldn't be there because you can literally hear me coming out the bushes with the camera walking towards Robbie. I deliberately kept that in and had him not react to my presence there, because I wanted to try and create the sense that it was just to give it the sense that somebody's watching the entire scene. Someone is there outside the picture watching the entire scene, like me as the filmmaker, but doing it in a way where the characters wouldn't be aware. Almost like somebody is documenting, the impression I tried to create, although it's not obvious, is that someone was orchestrating all of the events that you're seeing, and that there is someone behind the curtain. And that's why I had that shot of me walking out with the bushes. You can hear clearly someone with a camera walking out, and yet Robbie is not reacting to it. So that was what I tried to do, or tried to imply. And then I got the final bit. You got Robbie walking towards other Robbie, me standing with a camera, me with a camera walking right up to his eyes, and cut to black. Cue credits. As you'll see, that's my name again, because it was literally just me and Robbie, and then Michael doing voiceover. He sent me some lines over the internet, but that was it. There was no one else involved, there was no crew, and as you can probably tell in the reflection, I'm filming this with a camcorder, just a HD camcorder. I don't even think it's 1080p, I think 720p, and it was upscaled when it was uploaded to YouTube, so you can play it in 1080p like I'm doing now, but it was only filmed in 720p. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, hope you've enjoyed it.